Hi guys, I thought I'd record a quick video of my trading session using the Frisx Razor indicator on TradingView. It's Thursday the 21st of May. I'm trading live GBPUSD. If you've seen my previous videos, I've had recordings of the Frisx indicator, not cherry picking, showing all the losses and the wins and the pips that we've made. This is not financial advice anyway. This is for educational purposes only, but this is me sharing my trade and how I use my Frisx indicator that can be subscribed to by invite only on TradingView. As you can see, we're on a 1 minute chart, and this is the 1 minute signal. We've got 15-minute signal and 1 minute signal. I'm just going to go into settings and show you how I set it. Now, if it's Forex, if it's Forex, then obviously you leave these numbers as they are, the decimals. If you are, pips, sorry. If you are trading JPY, then you've got to change this to 0.01. If it's gold, you've got to change it to 0.1. So it works out the pips, the stop losses for you the right way. But as we're trading Forex, we'll leave it as that. Now, because of 1 minute, I set the charts to the risk reward of 1 to 1, which is 20 pips stop loss and 20 pips TP. So I leave it as it is. I've set the time for it to start from 6 a.m. UK time, which is British Summer Time, to 9 p.m. British Summer Time, because I'm based in the UK, and that's when I think the indicator performs the best. That's what, in my opinion, I've seen it perform quite well over the Tokyo sessions in past, but I prefer to trade at this time of the day because that's when I'm up and I want to be able to enjoy my sleep. It's got a beautiful function in here where for risk management, so you can enable it or disable it. Now, when you enable it, you can change this to 1, 2, or 3. This means that if this will not allow the signal to trigger after 3 consecutive losses. Okay, so if you set to 2, then after 2 times of loss, straight losses, then it will not trigger another signal until the next trading session, which is the next day. If it's intraday. So let's assume that it's set now. You can go to style and change the styling. For example, you want to change the colors, the buy signal to green and the sell to pink or purple. You can just go and change it there. But I'll stick to the blue and the red. So blue for buy and red for sell. Okay, so that's how it's set now. Now I'm recording this because I'm trading this live as I speak to you, and I wanted to teach you guys how to trade with proper risk management in place. So as you can see, the first thing I've ticked is the indicator that I'm using, or the signal is basically set to my preferred take profit level, which is what I've tested and it works for me. So this is what I use for 1 minute. And for the 15 minutes, as you can see, I use 50. I change to 50 pips and 50 pips stop loss, so 1 to 1. On gold, I've got it to a 2 to 1 ratio. On JPY, I've got it to a 2 to 1 ratio. So as you can see, with GBP, I stick to 1 to 1. Okay, so we've got this set. Now I've ticked my first as risk. I've protected the account in case it triggers 3 times. It stops. Okay, it wouldn't trigger again, and then that gives me that discipline of not having to overtrade. Now, another thing that I know people are very skeptical about signals. I used to be myself, but if the signal, the strategy being used is well profitable and tested and it works, then signals are amazing in the sense that I'd say it's close to a bot. I've got bots with it, but I prefer to sort of semi. That's like if you compare it to a car, trading without a signal really. If you're using bots, it's like trading, say for example, a self-drive car. But with signal, I'll call it an automatic car, so sort of semi-hybrid, because you've got partial control of it. So in this case, you can control it if you do know how to trade and you've learned proper risk management. Now, as you can see now, we've got 2 signals today. Now, I just want to show you that it started at 6 o'clock. It opened at 6 o'clock, and that's a gray area. And at 9 o'clock, if I should change the settings to, say, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m., you'd see that gray area here line will move from 6 to 8. Can you see now? It's moved to 8 o'clock from 6. Okay, so I'll change it back to 6. So that's the gray area. So you can see, let's just move back to 6. That's how I've set it. Now, this is in place. It's obviously it's triggered a buy. As you can see, it's triggered a buy. It always triggers at the close of candle, so it does not reprint. This signal does not reprint. Now, beautiful thing I personally like about signals is that, or these my signals, or the setup signals, that you set it, it teaches you to be disciplined. I do not trade because I love trading, and in the past I've had a problem with over trading because I love trading. I get bored and I would go and trade and I'll scalp and make some money. But this has taught me discipline. I only trade when the signals do appear. So if it doesn't appear, I'm not trading. So for example, yesterday, let's have a look. So you can see yesterday, right there was a signal that did not work. It went and hit stop loss, and that was that. That was 1 day trading. I took the loss and walked away. Okay. So today we've had 2 signals. Okay, as you can see, had 2 signals. So it's triggered a buy this morning, and that buy was at 8:18, and I said it's the close of the candle right above it. So it's right there is the entry, and that is the take profit 2020, and that is the take profit. So 2020, the give or take changes to 20. That's 200 ticks equals 20 pips, so that you know if you're not aware of it. So that's 20 pips stop loss and take profit. As you can see, it hit TP on that blue candle, and our same blue candle triggered the sell signal. Now I'll show you something interesting. If I change this settings to a 2-to-1, now as I said earlier on, probably not in this video, but with GBPUSD, I set it to a 1-to-1 risk reward. On gold, I set it to a 2-to-1 risk reward. And on GBP JPY, I set it to a 2-to-1 risk reward as well. Depends. It's all because of the way the currency pair moves. So with GU, it's set to 1-to-1. If I set it 2-to-1, sorry, stop loss at 20 and TP at 40, you'd see that preset stop loss level and the TP level has moved up to 40 pips, as you can see right there. You can see, so it's moved to 40 pips, but that's not how I trade it. So if you set it to 1, then again, that's how flexible this indicator signal is, because you can adjust it to the way you trade and how it works on all Forex pairs, indices, and everything. Adjust it to what works for you, if it makes sense. So in this case, as I've set it to a 2-to-1, you can see that I've only had one signal, a buy signal, and that's taken me up to let's have a look. That's taking me to taking me to a map. Oh, let's say about that. What's a high? At one point, it took me up 34, 35 pips, right? So you can see it took me as far as 35 pips, and it's still in profit if I move it. Okay, if I move it across, you can see it's still in profit of 25 pips. So that's that. But if I should set it to, and again, it depends on how you trade, and I said this is not financial advice in any way, but if I should 1-to-1, which the way I set it, you see, so I have to bring this back to the 20, and because as you can see, that hit TP at 20, took profit. Now, as I speak to you now, I'm in this trade. I'm currently in this sell trade. So I took the entry when the signal appeared. So that's that level here. Stop loss at 20. I'll change that. It's easier to type in. The 20 TP and 20 stop loss. So as you can see, it's set. Now, this is what I'm going to teach you guys now. This is risk management and how I trade set my trades. As you can tell, we are currently in the sale. That is currently in profit. honestly, when I started doing the video, it was around, I think it was before I started the video, it was around there, almost hit TP, but it's gone back up again. That's trading for you. No system is 100%. So, yeah, there we go. So, as you can see, we are in a sell here, and it's currently in profit. However, it went into a drawdown, say about, what, about 7 pips drawdown, and then went into profit. Okay, so as you can see, it's in profit. It went as far as 17.8 pips, only 2 pips to hit TP, and at the moment it's gone back. So good risk management is what you do this, or what I do. As I said, this is not financial advice. I move my stop loss when the trade goes into profit by 50% of the 20, which is 10 pips. That's half here, give or take 10 pips there. I move my stop loss to break even. That means I've protected my capital. So as we look at it now, if this candle should shoot up right now and hit that line, I have my sale will close, or my trade will close. Now, break even. I always, without confusing, I always say break even plus 1, so that it covers the fee. So at the end of the day, my broker fee is covered. So I don't take a loss, a zero loss, but that's a bit too detailed. I don't want to get into that. So just for the purpose of this video, bring it to break even. Now I protected my capital. I've protected my profit for the day. I made 20 pips earlier on. I've banked it, and now I'm sitting this trade. I've moved my stop loss to break even. If this candle right there now, live at this point at 10:24 a.m. on Thursday the 21st, goes up right now and hits that loss, that line, my trade will close at 0, no loss. This is straight money. As you see, it's moving into profit a little bit at the moment. But this is what I mean by protecting your capital, and that's how you use the indicator. Protect your capital at all times. Go into profit by 50%, then move my trade to stop loss. In this case, this trade should not go against me, and should it go down and hit TP, then happy days. But that's protecting my capital, and that's how the pros trade. Now, if I should change this to the 15 minutes chart, I'm going to change it to 15 minutes chart, and you can see, and I'm going to change this to the SetUpps 15. As you can see, no signals have been triggered today. So that's the way. That triggers a bit less, but you, in that case, when that trigger comes, or when that sell signal is triggered, you will then take the trade. But the risk reward will be, again, on GU for me, I do 50 pips TP 1-to-1, but 50 pips as opposed to the 20 that I did for the 1 minute, if it makes sense. Okay, so this is a bit let's say for today, and I just thought I'd share that with you whilst I was trading live, because I think that's a good opportunity to share this with you guys. If you want to subscribe, share, and like, that'd be great. It'll help my channel as I'm growing slowly. I've only been in the YouTube space for the past, I'd say, recording and presenting for the past 3-4 weeks maybe. So I'm new to it, but I'm hoping to bring more videos out and educational educational videos out to help people learn how to trade properly and become profitable. Thank you very much.